Have you ever wondered how a simple movement could transform your body, your mind, and even the connection with the life growing inside you? Today, we're diving into a journey of strength, empowerment, and self-discovery for expectant mothers. In this video, you'll discover the most effective leg and glute exercises for pregnant women. Designed not only to keep you strong and energized, but to help you feel more confident and connected during this incredible stage of life. We'll focus on movements you can do safely at home, including the powerful step-up climbing a low step, a simple yet transformative exercise that builds strength, stability, and endurance for both you and your baby. You'll learn how each repetition can become a moment of mindfulness, a celebration of your body's amazing abilities, and a way to prepare yourself for the journey ahead. Whether you're a first-time mom or experienced in prenatal fitness, this video will inspire you to move with intention, embrace your body's power, and feel empowered in every step of your pregnancy. So get ready to rise, stretch, and strengthen as we explore the exercises that will change not just your body, but your whole perspective on what it means to grow life with strength and grace. But before the video starts, write in the comments, from where you are watching this video, thank you. The morning sun filtered gently through the sheer curtains of Amelia's bedroom, painting the room in shades of gold and rose, and for a moment, she allowed herself to linger in that peaceful quiet, listening to the soft rhythmic beating of her own heart, a constant reminder that life, in its most miraculous form, was growing within her. It had not been an easy journey, and every day brought with it a mixture of hope, apprehension, and the quiet determination that often only pregnant women truly understand. Today, though there was a sense of purpose in the air, a call to honor her body in the only way she knew could bridge strength and serenity. Movement. Amelia stretched slowly, feeling the gentle lengthening of her muscles, and she thought about how much her body had already carried her through, not only through life, but now through the sacred transformation of pregnancy. With a soft inhale, she stood upright, imagining the invisible threads that connected her to the tiny life she nurtured within, and she decided that today, like many other mornings, she would focus on leg and glute exercises for pregnant women. The decision wasn't made lightly. She knew that each step, each bend, each controlled movement was more than just exercise, it was preparation. It was self-love. It was a declaration that strength did not fade with pregnancy but rather transformed into a new kind of resilience. Amelia's eyes fell upon the small step near the window, the one that had become almost a sacred prop in her daily routine, and she felt a surge of motivation. Step up climbing a low step, she reminded herself, the simplest of movements carrying within it a profound symbolism. Each time she lifted herself onto that modest platform, she lifted more than just her body. She lifted her confidence, her sense of empowerment, and even her anticipation for the life that awaited her beyond these walls. As she positioned herself in front of the step, Amelia let her mind wander, as she often did during her exercises, to the moments that had brought her here. She remembered the first time she had realized she was pregnant, the mixture of fear and joy, the sudden awareness of responsibility that stretched far beyond herself. And yet, in that same instant, there had been clarity, a deep intuitive understanding that she could meet this challenge not by shrinking from it, but by embracing it fully. The leg and glute exercises for pregnant women she had learned from her prenatal instructor were not just about physical fitness. They were about grounding herself, about connecting with the core of her being in a way that transcended the physical. Each repetition of the step-up, climbing a low step, became a meditation, a silent chant of strength with every lift and controlled descent. The morning air was cool as it drifted through the slightly open window, carrying with it the scent of early blooms and the faint hum of life beginning elsewhere in the neighborhood. Amelia imagined that same air flowing through her veins, infusing her body with vitality and calm, and she felt a wave of gratitude. Pregnancy, she had discovered, was a paradoxical journey, simultaneously demanding and generous, testing the limits of patience while offering glimpses of unspoken wonder. The step-up, simple as it seemed, was her chosen vehicle for navigating this delicate balance. She pressed her right foot firmly onto the step, felt the small reassuring tension in her glute muscles, and pushed upward, allowing herself to savor the sensation of controlled strength. Her mind traced the arc of the movement, noticing how her body responded, noting the subtle interplay between effort and grace. It was during these moments of mindful exercise that Amelia often felt closest to her unborn child. She imagined tiny fingers curling around hers, the softest brush of life against life, and she felt a gentle determination settle into her bones. Leg and glute exercises for pregnant women, she thought again, had become more than a routine. They had become a ritual, a daily ceremony, in which she honored both herself and the new existence growing quietly within her. Each step up, climbing a low step, was like a heartbeat, an echo of the rhythm of life itself, reminding her that strength was not only measured in muscle but in persistence, in courage, in the ability to rise even when exhaustion whispered its heavy doubts. Amelia's movements were deliberate and unhurried, each repetition a testament to patience and the quiet power of consistency. She found herself thinking about all the stories she had read, all the narratives of women who had discovered a kind of invincible resilience within themselves during pregnancy, and she realized that she was part of that lineage, a living continuation of strength and perseverance. As she descended from the step for the 5th time, she noticed the subtle tremor in her thighs, the burn that was both familiar and comforting, a sign that her body remembered effort, that it was responding, adapting, preparing. She paused for a moment, placing her hands on her rounded belly, and whispered a soft promise to the life growing there. "We will rise together." There was something deeply poetic in the simplicity of the step up, climbing a low step. It required no fancy equipment, no grand gestures, just intention, alignment, and a willingness to meet her body where it was today. Amelia knew that some days would be more challenging than others. The fatigue would come in waves, and some mornings, even the smallest movements would feel monumental. But she also knew that the act of showing up, of honoring herself through leg and glute exercises for pregnant women, was transformative. It was in the repetition, in the mindful lifting and lowering, that she discovered the sacred intersection of discipline and compassion. Her thoughts drifted again, this time to the future, to the tiny life that would one day mirror her own steps, perhaps literally, as she taught it to walk, to climb, to explore. How strange and beautiful it was, she mused, that these small movements, now these controlled step-ups, were laying the groundwork not just for her body, but for the life that would soon take its first breaths in the world. The realization filled her with a profound sense of awe. Every lift onto the step was a small act of creation, a gentle affirmation that strength and care could coexist, that endurance could be tender, and that even the simplest exercise could carry an almost spiritual significance. Amelia completed her final set, feeling a quiet exhilaration pulsing through her limbs. Sweat dotted her forehead, her legs quivered with satisfaction, and yet her spirit felt light, buoyed by the knowledge that she had honored both herself and the new life she carried. She sat down on the edge of the step, letting her breathing slow, and closed her eyes, imagining the rhythmic rise and fall of her belly as a reflection of the rise and fall she had just practiced in her movements. In that moment, the step up, climbing a low step, became more than a physical exercise. It became a symbol, a bridge between the mundane and the miraculous, a reminder that every small effort, every mindful act contributes to the larger story of life. Leg and glute exercises for pregnant women, Amelia realized, were about more than fitness. They were about grounding, about embracing the miracle of movement and the power that already resided within. Each day she rose to meet her body in this way, she felt more attuned to the rhythm of growth, more capable of honoring her own needs while nurturing the new life that depended upon her. The gentle morning light now cast longer shadows across the floor, signaling the slow passage of time, and Amelia felt a quiet pride swell within her. She knew that the journey of pregnancy was unpredictable, filled with both triumphs and challenges, but she also knew that through mindful movement, through conscious care and unwavering presence, she could navigate it with grace. As she stood and stretched one last time, Amelia allowed herself a small smile, acknowledging the power of her body, the strength of her spirit, and the profound connection that these simple exercises had cultivated. The step up, climbing a low step, she mused, might seem insignificant to the casual observer, but to her, it was a daily affirmation of courage, resilience, and hope, a gentle yet unwavering reminder that life, in all its forms, demanded both effort and reverence, and that within every rise and fall lay the quiet poetry of existence. And with that, she turned to face the day ahead, confident that whatever challenges awaited, she had already discovered the profound strength within herself and the life she carried. Step by deliberate step, heart by steadfast heart,